space exploration. No matter your opinion on it, we can all agree it is a pretty cool subject. Look at all the cool stuff we have discovered. Mars, black holes, the sun, the Andromeda Galaxy, asteroids, dark matter, neutron stars, the fact that we may not be alone. We went to the moon. That being said, nowadays this industry does not get the funding it deserves. With all the research being done in astronomy and all the great discoveries still being made, such as the recent first picture ever of a real black hole. Despite its pixelization, this is a really inspirational image for astronomers everywhere. The task was supposed to be impossible. A black hole eats up light. The only way to tell if one is in the sky was to see that there was no light around it. Even though the black hole did emit radiation, its gravity was so intense it would be sucked back in, and we would have nothing to photograph. But we did it. We took a picture of a black hole. The funding for NASA is still plummeting. Other companies such as SpaceX had to pick up where NASA is letting us down. What are we going to do about it? I propose we take a sliver of the military fund and gift it to NASA. After all, we are currently in the midst of no borders. The money would be best suited towards space exploration. We could double NASA's budget by only decreasing the military budget by 3%. In the 1960s, during the space race with the former Soviet Union, the budget was much higher, and look at what it gave us. NASA was established in 1958, and in just 1 year, the scientists went from knowing nothing to launching the X-15. It went 500 miles per hour, which is about the speed of a modern passenger plane. But at the day, it broke records. And just a few years after that, on July 20th, 1969, NASA made its way to the moon. NASA makes many economical boosters as well as advancements in science. Imagine what great accomplishments could have been done by now if we had kept the budget up. After the moon landing, they predicted we'd be to Mars by the 90s. We now know that didn't happen. NASA predicted they'd be there in 2018, but they pushed it back to 2024 now, and it's safe to say that won't be happening either. Some may say space exploration is not important. They say, why explore off the Earth when we don't even know everything about our planet? To them I say there are many reasons. If we had not researched the cosmos, we wouldn't know things about the Earth, such as how it was formed, why rocks fall from the sky sometimes, and how time and gravity work. In 1687, Isaac Newton discovered gravity, as we all know. But his discovery was not that all things fall to the ground, but the theory that gravity works the same everywhere throughout the universe. He discovered the famous physics equation F equals g times m1 times m2 over r squared. At the time, this was revolutionary. If we had not been looking up at the cosmos before that, Newton could not have made this discovery, as there would not have been points in space to compare. Without this, we wouldn't know how weight works. You may also think the military can't spare a whole $22.4 billion. People could lose their jobs. But, as said before, it is only 3% of their budget. If 3% of military soldiers lost their jobs, it would be only 40,000 people. If we doubled NASA's budget, we could easily absorb those jobs. We could also merge the Space Force into NASA. The Space Force is an arm of the military that patrols space. They have a proposed $10 billion research budget. There is no reason to have two space research administrations. With the now inflated budget of $44.8 billion plus the $15.4 billion budget from the Space Force, that will make the total budget for space exploration and defense $60.2 billion. That's $55.4 billion 2014 dollars, which is $2 billion more than the peak budget during the Cold War. With the added responsibility of defense, This is a fine addition to the budget. It will ensure long-term discovery of the cosmos.